So, as is traditional at this time of year, we produce a short video explaining sort of a look back on what happened in 2023, identifying some of the trends from 2023, and then a brief look in our crystal ball to see what we expect to happen in 2024. So, without further ado, let's get the crystal ball out and see what we're going to see for 2024. Welcome to this week's episode of 2 Minute Tuesday with Hundon Valley Homes. So looking back even further than 2023 last year, 2022 was our record year ever. In 18 years of business, we had an absolutely fantastic year. It was sort of a rebound from the COVID years, I think. And 2023 had all the hallmarks of beating it completely. For the vast majority of the year, we were ahead of schedule from 2022. We were always ahead with regards to the number of sales and the volume of sales. The sales prices, the average sales price was higher, and that was the case all the way through until around about November, mid-November, start of December, when it really did slow down a little bit more than it normally does. It's normally a quieter time of the year when you go into the tail end of the year, but this year it really did slow down, and so we were agonisingly close as we drew into the end of the year. And despite selling a property on the 22nd of December, on the day we actually closed, unfortunately we fell just a couple of properties short of our record in 2022. However, it was the second best year that we've had, so there were no complaints there. So what were some of the notable aspects for 2023? Well, I think really the thing for me personally is it's the year that the real estate industry in Spain, and especially the Valencia region, got its act together. As of the tail end of the year, I think it was September, all real estate agents had to be registered, licensed, qualified, insured. So it meant undergoing courses, extensive 200-hour courses, sitting examinations, and then if you wanted to be ultra qualified and become an API member, which we are, then taking a final knowledge exam in order to become API registered as well. So estate agents themselves were legitimised, and that's great for not only buyers of property, that they can check the status of their real estate agent, but also for vendors to know that their property has been put in good hands when they're coming to sell their property as well. So were there any sort of trends that developed in 2023? Well, I've got some notes here on my computer. Pre-Brexit, we used to find that the British used to account for about 60% of our clients, and that has continued to fall post-Brexit. The number of Brits has gone from 60% down to 25%. However, that gap has been filled somewhat by completely filled by the Dutch and Belgian clients who have come in and really filled the gap. The number of French clients are up as well. About 15% of our clients are French, and we also have a nice smattering of clients from Germany and Poland and Scandinavia, and from further afield. We've sold to clients from the USA this year as well. So a real international mix of clientele. However, the number of Brits is continuing to fall, but it's been made up by other nationalities. In 2023, we also continued the trend with new build properties here in the area. We completed 4 properties last year, and we currently have 4 construction projects on the go at the moment. These are all sort of very modern designer villas, and you can see those on our website in the new properties section of our website. But again, these proved to be very, very popular, again with the Dutch and the Scandinavian clients and Belgian clients, and a couple of Scottish clients as well for new build properties as well last year. And finally, prices. Throughout 2023, prices were not only strong, but they continued to increase. And realistically, an awful lot of our properties are selling for the asking price. There's no negotiation available at all. properties that are priced correctly and in the right area and presented properly, they sell themselves, and they sell quickly. So our advice to vendors on a lot of property sales or transactions is accept the asking price. If somebody comes in with an offer, we're fairly confident that we can sell it for the asking price. And so that's looking back at 2023. What sort of things can we take looking forward into 2024? Well, I think all estate agents are nervous when they come back into their office after the Christmas and New Year's break to see how many emails there are from clients. And this year has started really, really well. We're literally just back at work now. We're out with clients all day tomorrow. We've had lots of email inquiries coming in from clients looking at properties in and around the area. The one sort of thing that we found again last year, which I didn't mention, is that there is a general lack of properties available. We've had this issue now for a couple of years really, and what we found is that one of the knock-on effects with Brexit is that people maybe don't want to go back to the UK. They've lived here for 10, 15, 20 years. They've seen the news and all the things that are going on, and they've decided that they would rather stay here. So we don't get the sort of the normal churn of properties that we would get where somebody moves here, they live here 10, 15 years, and then they call me up and say, Stephen, we've decided we're going to go back to the UK. We're not getting that as much as we would normally do so. And this lack of properties means that agents are fighting for properties. It means that prices are going to be very solid because the market isn't saturated, and this goes for resales and new builds, because the builders themselves are busy, but they're not huge companies. They are builders, and they build 3 or 4 properties at a time. And again, with the resale properties, if there is a lack of supply to the market, then it helps secure the prices. So we're looking forward to a fairly a year of stability, hopefully. There doesn't seem to be anything in the near future that could cause any problems. So stability is always a good word when you're talking about the property market. And one of the other things I'd like to mention is it's very early days, and there are only sort of rumours about this at the moment, but there are the first sort of inklings that the Spanish and the French governments don't seem to be 100% happy with the 90-day in 180-day requirement when it comes to UK clients coming into Europe. Now, if you're not aware of the requirements, if you're a non-EU citizen, i.e. you could be British or American or wherever, if you're non-European, then you can only come into Europe for 90 days in a 180-day period. So this really does affect people who have holiday homes, who want to use it for an extended period of time, say over the summer, and it causes a great deal of problems. And so there are the first sort of inklings that there are articles in the press, and there are people within the governments in France and Spain sort of approaching the EU to voice their dissatisfaction and the cost to the economy of Spain and France with these regulations. Now, whether it is posturing or gesturing, or whether anything will actually happen, and I'm sure it won't be quick, but it's moving in the right direction. So it is an area that not only I but you as potential clients or current clients should be interested in, and it's something to keep an eye on in the press. So we've covered price, we've covered the stability of the market, we've covered the sort of the breakdown of nationalities buying and what have you. The rest of it is pure speculation, and I think at this point it's very early in the year, so we're not entirely sure as to what's going to happen, but there doesn't seem to be anything out there that's going to cause any problems with regards. I don't know if you can see behind me, but it's the 3rd of January, and I think it's 23 degrees today. The sun's shining outside, so it's a beautiful day here. So the only thing that we can guarantee is that the sun will shine. So that's it for this week's episode. We look forward to seeing you for the next episode of 2 Minute Tuesday, and until then, have a great day. Adios.